Good morning, I'm David Elmore with NESA at the Jamboree, and today we're here with distinguished Dr. Terry Grove, distinguished Eagle Scout Dr. Terry Grove.
Hi there, good morning.
Dr. Grove, what I'd like to do to start off with is ask you a little bit about how you became involved in scouting.
When I was 9 years old, my family moved from our home to a new community. And my parents suggested that maybe a good way for me to learn the new community and the people that I'd be going to school with might be to get into the Cub Scout program. So I got into a den when I was 9 years old, and I've been in scouting ever since.
Well, that's fantastic. So do you have some particular experiences when you were a scout or a Cub Scout that just stand out that you got to tell us about?
Well, when you have as long a career as I've had, you have lots of experiences. But probably when I was a boy, there were two that were really important to me. One is when I served for several years on staff at camp. Being at Boy Scout camp was just an incredible experience for a young man in the summertime. And then in 1960, I had the opportunity to go to the National Jamboree at Estes Park. And I was on the OA service team out there, and that was just an amazing experience as well.
Fantastic. So how many Jamborees have you been to all told?
1960 as a boy, or as a young boy, and then starting in 1981, I have not missed. I've been to every Jamboree since 1981.
That is fantastic. So let's tell us a little bit about how you came to be an Eagle Scout.
Well, I'm competitive and I wanted to achieve, and being an Eagle Scout in our troop was a really important milestone, and so I worked very hard at that, and by my 14th year I was an Eagle Scout.
Fantastic. So, and did you have to do an Eagle Scout project at that time?
No, I got my Eagle Scout in 1956, and the projects didn't start till the mid-60s. So I did project, but we didn't do what was then known as the Eagle Scout project.
Fantastic. Well, and that's a good point here, because I'm here with the expert on the Eagle Scout badge, and that's why I'm intrigued to hear that kind of story and kind of know a little bit about that. So, so how has your path in Eagle Scout, path in scouting, and path as an Eagle Scout affected your life and career since then?
You know, I don't know that I've really ever thought about how those things sort of went together. My trade is I'm a clergy person, I'm a minister, and so the church has always been central to my life, and scouting is built on God and the principles that are part of church life, and so the combination of church and scouting always went together, and camping and being in the scouting program and following the law and following the oath was similar to following the golden rule and being part of the church community. So that's the blend.
Fantastic. And so do you have any kind of words of wisdom for young men working towards their Eagle Scout?
I think one of the things that the young men of today keep running against, particularly from the old dudes like me, is being an Eagle Scout today isn't nearly as tough as being an Eagle Scout when I got my stuff way back when. And what I've come to understand, because my son is an Eagle and he got his Eagle in the 80s. I got mine in the 50s, he got his in the 80s. And what I learned in the merit badges and scouting in the 50s got me ready for my life. What my son learned and earned in the 80s got him ready for life in the 80s, which is much different than life in the 50s. And the kids today are doing their Eagle, and they're learning things that I have no idea about, the technology and all that they're doing, but they're preparing their lives to live in 2017 and beyond. And so my word to the boys is, don't listen to the old guys. Know that what you're doing is preparing you for your life to live in this time, not in their time when it was their lives.
Absolutely. I think that's great words of wisdom. Absolutely. So let me touch on the other subject of this interview, which is that you are, I would say, one of the preeminent experts on the Eagle Scout badge and the whole Eagle Scout honor and how it kind of came to be. So tell us a little bit about how you first got the bug on being researching and learning about the Eagle Scout badge.
My son got his Eagle in 1983, and at the Court of Honor, I had my Eagle medal on. He received his Eagle medal, and there were several other Eagle medals in the room. And when I looked around the room, each of the medals were a little bit different. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I wonder how the Eagle medal has changed over the years. And that was the beginning of the research and checking and looking, and it's built to what it is today.
That's fantastic, and I know that the research continues not just on the medal, but I'm sure the patch, and of course I was fortunate enough to look at one of your galley proofs of a book that you're working on for the Eagle cards. So I think it's absolutely fascinating to see all that history and to be able to get a chance to interview the man who wrote the book on the badge, and I think it's fantastic. I actually have a copy myself that I'm fascinated with because I think it's just intriguing. And I think I remember reading something in the biography or something about that you have a connection with Arthur Eldridge, the original first Eagle Scout. There's somebody in your past. Could you tell us a little about that?
I lived in Kendall Park, New Jersey, and I was a Scoutmaster of Troop 90. And on my troop committee was Willard Eldred, who was the son of Arthur Eldred. So I had Willard on my committee and could talk to him about his dad. And then he was an Eagle Scout, or is an Eagle Scout, and his son was an Eagle Scout in that troop as well. So Arthur, and then his son, and then his son Bill, all Eagle Scouts, and I had the privilege of being their friend and talking with them about history. It was pretty cool.
That's fantastic. And I just read something recently in I don't remember if it was Scouting magazine or something, or online, that there's some new information about that very first board of review that has come out about some of the people who were present. And it's a pretty heady group of guys that did his board review. I know that James E. West and I think Daniel Carter Beard, I believe, was present. And then, of course, the biggest one of all, Baden Powell, was in town in New York or something at that time, and they just had him sit in, and I'm thinking, wow, what a group to sit in on your board of review. So I think it's just fascinating to hear those kind of stuff, and I'm really greatly honored to be able to sit here and interview you and have you come by our NESA tent. And is there anything else that you would like to leave with the young men here to kind of encourage them to get out there and get their Eagle?
Just don't wait. Just don't wait. 18 comes quickly, and you wake up and you're not there, and you want to be there, and you can't get there. So don't put it off. Do the work, get your Eagle, and then when you've gotten your Eagle, hang in there and help some others. That's the biggest thing, is passing it along, what I've learned, to the next crew that's coming along. So don't wait, hang in there, and be supportive of those coming behind you.
Absolutely, and thank you so much, Dr. Grove, for coming by. We appreciate you so much coming and giving us this interview.
Thanks for letting me share.
Absolutely. Thank you.